Live now to Jess Wilson, the Shadow Minister for Education. Jess Wilson, thanks for your time. This new register won't initially capture casual or agency workers, will it?
That's right. Good afternoon, Karina. Good to be with you. What we've seen from the government today is an announcement that actually fails to address the key concerns when it comes to the workforce in the early learning sector. We know that casuals and agency staff are the people that move around the most when it comes to childcare workforce. They're the people we need to make sure are registered straight away so that we are picking up on any red flags. So today we've released a policy.
No, well, just staying on the register, I do want to come to your policy in a moment, but just on the register, it will include casuals from October. Should the government fix that before implementing the system or continue with the staggered rollout?
Well, we should look at how we can include everyone right away. We don't understand why this didn't happen weeks ago, and we're still waiting to see why now there has to be a staged rollout. We should be looking at the highest risks in the sector and making sure that those are the people that are going onto a register as quickly as possible, and making sure that we include as many people as possible. If we have the capability to do it for certain staff, what is the problem with making sure that agency staff and casual staff are not included on that register? And we are making sure that we're putting children's safety first and foremost.
You've come up with a 6-point plan, including introducing psychometric testing for new staff. What would that achieve?
We want to make sure that people who are going into the early childhood workforce, into childcare, are people who are meant to be there and have the character to be there. We want to lift that threshold. And so what we're talking about today is piloting a program that will look at aptitude testing, psychometric testing, like we see in other professions, to make sure that they have the qualities and the character to be with our most vulnerable. People who work in early childhood educators, are people who work with the most vulnerable in our community. And currently, a Certification 3 can only take 3 months. So not only are we looking at the threshold to enter that course, but what that course contains, making sure that there is strong mandate when it comes to the content around child safety standards. But more broadly, we want to make sure that we're fixing the working with children's check. What we have seen over the past few weeks is trust shattered in the system. Parents' trust shattered in childcare.
Yeah, so what needs to change with that system?
Well, we've seen a failing from the government when it comes to the working with childcare, working with children's check. We know that this system is not working and that there are loopholes. We have heard time and time again when we have seen alleged offenders slipping through the cracks. Now, the government was warned in 2022 by the Ombudsman that there needed to be changes, and reforms were put to the government from the Ombudsman. But the Premier and the government failed to act on them, and they're still failing to act. They're now having another review, kicking the can down the road, rather than putting in place those reforms. What we have put in place today is a clear plan to put children's safety first. And first and foremost, we'll be fixing the working with children's check system, making sure we pick up those recommendations from the Ombudsman and ensure that all risks can be taken into account when deciding whether to reject or rescind a working with children's check.
Jess Wilson, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.